Welcome back to another video. I just wanted to take the time to answer a few questions that I'd been sent on a recent Instagram story that I asked some of my subscribers and some of my followers on Instagram to fire some questions my way. The first of which is an important one, really. What is it that I enjoy, or what is it that gets me out in nature aside from the photography? I've made no secret of the fact that for me, getting out in nature is massively important for my own mental well-being. Having spent a week in the office, I very quickly start to realise if I haven't spent some time outdoors. And even if it's out walking the dog, just taking in the scenery, or breathing in the fresh air, being outside in nature is something that my body will soon start talking to me if I haven't done it in a while. So yeah, in fact, I would say that is way more important to me than the wildlife photography, which obviously I love. So that tells you how important me getting outside actually is. So another question is, what is my current gear stroke setup? So I'm currently shooting with two camera bodies. One is the Sony A1, which is an absolute beast. I love it. And the second is the Sony A7 IV, which I use more for video now. But it's great just to have a second body, particularly when I was on safari. Just having the ability to be able to swap and change and not have to take the camera body on and off the lenses, which is obviously not great, particularly when you're out in areas where it's dusty or whatever else. In addition to that, I've got the 200-600 FE G lens, which again is absolutely brilliant, and the 70-200 2.8. I've also got an 85mm prime portrait lens, which I use for some portraiture and some wedding stuff or closer species. And I've got 24-105 G lens, which I use more for landscapes. So all Sony. And then in addition to that, I've got Swarovski binoculars, which I use out in the fields. Binoculars, for those wildlife photographers that don't use them or haven't got them, are such an important piece of kit. And I'm using a tripod, which is a carbon fiber Leo photo tripod, which is absolutely amazing. It's lightweight, it's stable, it doesn't move, and certainly for when you're doing videography and stuff like that, it's massively important. So that's my current setup. Next question was, what trips have I got planned this year? So this year is an exciting one. I've got a number of trips out in the camper van planned this year with T and with Layla, which we're really looking forward to. We're going over to the Isle of Wight in a few weeks' time for about 4 or 5 days, which we both love the Isle of Wight. Then I've got a long weekend trip booked down to Portland with a good friend of mine. I've got a trip to Wales, which seems to be an annual occurrence. For those of you that know me well will know that Wales is probably my spiritual home. So we're going back to Wales for 4 or 5 days in May. I've got a trip to Spain booked with T, which is a holiday, chill out holiday. So we might see some wildlife and do some walking, but not photography related particularly. And we're going in the summer, so photography is going to be a bit of a nightmare with heat haze and things like that. And then bucket list for me, we're off to Mull at the end of August with some friends up in the camper van. We're going up there for about 8 or 9 days. I don't think I've missed anything. No. They're the current trips planned, and I'm sure there'll be a few more weekends added, but big year to look forward to. So next question is one that I've had to think about the answer for a little while, because it's really tough. One piece of advice that I'd give any aspiring wildlife photographer: know your species. I think is my one tip. It's very easy to go into the field and expect to shoot things without much preparation, and those people that perhaps do wildlife photography or understand what goes in behind the scenes will see an image and they'll think, oh, that's nice. But the amount of sort of preparation and work behind the scenes that goes into actually know a species, photograph a species, and actually then get the shot that you're happy with is huge. And a lot of that comes down to preparation, but also knowing habits. So learn about the species that you're looking to shoot, and you'll have way more success, I promise you. Next question is quite a toughie again. Where would I like to visit that I haven't yet, from a photography perspective? Now, again, one that I had to think about quite a lot. We've been to Africa a couple of times now, and I absolutely love it. Botswana is hopefully on the agenda for next year. And Kenya is also somewhere that I'd like to go. But from a photography perspective, I'm going to say America, and particularly North America, potentially into Canada. I think that would definitely be somewhere that I want to go and explore from a photography perspective. So next question is, what is my favourite image that I've taken so far? And there's two clues behind me. I'll put them both up on the screen after this question. But one is a short-eared owl that I took back in 2020. Incredible experience, one that I'll probably never have again. Pair of short-eared owls had taken up location in a park in, well, just north of London. And I shot that particular image on my old Nikon setup with a 300mm 2.8 lens and almost clipped the wings. It was full frame, it was straight down the barrel. It was just the most incredible encounter and an image that I'll love forever. And the other one is of a kingfisher. And I particularly love it because of the expression on the fish's face, unfortunately. But they are my two favourite images to date, and if I had to choose, it would definitely be the short-eared owl. Hey guys, thanks for your questions. Hopefully that gives you a bit of an insight into some of the work that I've done, some of the things that I've got coming up. If you've enjoyed the video, if you've watched some of my other content, please give me a subscribe and a like, and hit that bell icon so that you know when the next videos come out. Hopefully at some point in the next week or so we get the camper van back, which is going to be really exciting. It's currently being resprayed, which will hopefully transform it from commercial vehicle into fully fledged camper van, which we're really excited about. And with that will hopefully come a big reveal. So keep your eyes peeled for that, and otherwise look forward to catching you all soon. Thanks.